Hey, it's me, Martin, and the first video of 2021 is here, and it's a really interesting one. We're gonna talk about the Viomi S9. Basically, their best robot cleaner got even better, so let's get started. Last year I tried the Viomi V3 and oh man, I really like that one. If you haven't seen the video yet, you can click here in the top right corner for you to check it out, but I know why you're here for the S9, so let's get the unboxing out of the way first. It arrives in this cubicle box and has all kind of branding and marketing stuff on it, and on the inside we find the robot cleaner itself, of course. Along with the base station, the mop plus a cloth, the dirt bags for the base station, antibacterial cloths, actually quite a lot, a brush, and of course some paperwork. In terms of specs, it looks pretty similar to the V3, but Viomi managed to improve quite a bit. The battery increased from 4900 to 5200 mAh. The suction power increased by 100 to 2700 pascals, and the maximum noise dropped from 78 dB to 72 decibel. So far it looks pretty promising if you ask me. And before we get to discuss the base station, we have to talk about something else first. The newly designed and located water tank and dustbin. It doesn't only have a new design, it is also now located on the rear of the robot rather than on the inside. Now from here you can easily take it out, fill the water tank or clean the filter system, which is super easy to do. The water tank capacity is slightly smaller though, 250 milliliters. The gap that we see over here is used by the base station to collect the dust inside the container and makes this interesting sound.
Starting to charge.
Now with that all out of the way, let's finally talk a little bit about the base station. This is, according to Viomi, dumping 2.0. It is no longer needed to incline a bit to dump from the bottom of the robot, and because there is no incline, it's also easier to navigate as well. Now on the base station itself we find a few icons. Whether the bin bag is full, whether it's dumping or not, and the battery status. As mentioned before, this gap connects tightly to the other one and it sucks the trash out easily.
Starting to charge.
As you can see, even hairs and other small particles are all collected. Overall, it is super easy to keep your hands clean and it works super good. There is a but though. Viomi sent this one out a couple of weeks ago for review and in the box are only 2 bin bags included. At the moment of recording this video, bin bags weren't available for purchasing on any of the big websites and the prices were also not known yet, so I have no clue how expensive it will become on a monthly base. Now that we discussed the biggest elephant in the room, it's time to check out the robot cleaner more in depth. And in case you have some comments in the meantime, drop them in the comments below because I would love to help you out.
Start to connect Wi-Fi.
Just like the V3, it has everything you expect, including some nice additions. The robot cleaner is of course smart and connecting to the Mi Home app from Xiaomi was super easy.
Wi-Fi connected.
From here we can easily give commands to the cleaner. You can set timers, schedule runs and automation rules are there as well. The very first time is to scan the house and determines the walls, the doors and other elements that are involved in cleaning.
Cleanup hours starting.
After the very first run, we can do a lot of nice things from the app. We can set the mode, for example, the suction strength and the water volume. On top we can see the estimated room size, the time to clean the room and the battery status. Now bottom right we find quite a few interesting tools. From here we can set easily a virtual wall or at a restricted area. Now from the settings menu we can add multiple floors, which comes in super handy in case you live in a house with multiple floors. You can turn off or on the auto dumping, set scheduled runs along with other features. The things that I like are pretty similar to the V3. Its ability to mop in a Y pattern, for example. This mops the floor more thoroughly and especially helpful for me in the kitchen. The controlled water release is also a big plus compared to all the other models available on the market because they usually don't have this at all. I also really like the new double cleaning. In general, the pickup is really good and the 100 hectopascals of suction power is nicely with bigger pieces. However, with double cleaning, the robot does cross cleaning, which is especially helpful in case you dropped a bag of rice, for example, to make sure that everything is picked up by the robot. What I also noticed is that the robot can take some pretty big bumps, all the way up to 2 centimeters, and it's trying really hard to go over it. Now, last but not least, the laser over here to scan the room is definitely one of the best that I've seen and tested on a robot cleaner. It has an 8-meter range, scans 6 times per second, 360 degrees with 2016 samples. I haven't discussed the battery yet, because I find it a little bit difficult. Because where we currently live, a small apartment, it's definitely overkill for us. For example, it never had to recharge to finish a scheduled run, in any mode. The only thing that I can say at the moment is that in case there's not enough battery left to finish the run, it will return to the base station, recharged, and then continue when the battery is full again. For the time I've tested and used this robot, I can say I really like this one. It is even better than the flagship model from last year, and I have to be honest, there's nothing really to complain about or where I have feedback on. There are just 3 things that you have to take into mind or consideration when you buy this one, but at least to me it's not a big deal breaker. The first one is really small, and I think that Viomi should have included this one, a plastic mat for the base station. After a run with a mop, it will of course return to the docking station and stay there until the next run has to be performed. However, if you leave your mop on, in case you're not home and it's a scheduled run, it will eventually create unremovable stains on or in the wood. The second one, and maybe you've seen this one coming, is the price, which is steep, almost double as the V3, but you can check the current price via the link in the video's description. As mentioned before, the price for the base station bags are not announced yet, thus it might be another monthly expense added to your list. And lastly, it remains a robot, so you have to do some occasional cleaning yourself. I have the feeling it reaches the corners and edges pretty good by itself, but in the end I still believe that any robot cleaner is a nice addition to your normal vacuum cleaning routine, because it can't be fully replaced, as it doesn't reach some parts or corners like you can do with a handheld device. Other than that, it is perfect, and I can definitely recommend you one. If you want to know more information, check the current price or visit the official page from Viomi's website. There's a link in the video's description, so make sure you check it out. If you have a comment or question, especially the questions part, let me know. I would love to help you out. There's this comment section, so leave something behind over there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, subs if you loved it, and then I hope to see all of you in the next one.